Greetings, friends. It's Josh.
And I'm Ryan.
And we have a returning special guest.
The fly on the wall.
The fly on the wall.
It's Matt.
It's Matt back
It's
again
Matt.
for a second episode in a row. And
I actually just got lost in his house for like a week. And I've been eating off the scraps when I go to bed, but where's the door? Sorry.
It's like The Sims. I built the house. And then I put you in the room and then I deleted the door so you're just stuck in there.
I've been peeing my pants and everything. At least it hasn't caught on fire yet. I haven't done that yet.
Well, I took the stove out too, so you can't cook anything.
Blah, 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 blah. I lost my ability to speak English. Anyway.
Yeah, so this is the podcast for gamers who don't have time to game. The Dead Tired Dads podcast, as it were. Matt is
dead tired
and
dead
yawning.
tired.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Matt has had a long day of running around my house trying to find the way out.
Trying to escape.
I'm close.
So close. Oh,
I
man.
see the light.
So, Matt, what's happened with you this week? Anything fun and interesting?
Work.
Work.
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah.
So
I'm tired. Depending on when this is airing, we just got past a holiday, which has been fun.
yes.
So we had some Labor Day celebrations, right?
Yeah.
But I got to see family, and my mom came into town, which is always great. Helped with the kids, which was amazing.
Even better.
Yes.
Amazing.
Well, yeah, we talked about
got to
that
go on a date night with my wife. Just you can't beat that.
What is that like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
right?
how
does that work, right? Well, let me tell you, it doesn't. No. No, we went on a wonderful date, and it's, if you guys ever been to, it's like a fish place on Lexington Green. It's like a seafood place near Comedy Off Broadway. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
It's fancy. And you sit on the little pier, and you see all the ducks, and there's two pretty swans, little baby swan.
Oh yeah, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
I know where you're at.
I haven't been there, but
So that part was excellent. The work, not so much. But hey, you get a little bit of relaxation in there. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to Yellowstone. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So
Very
good.
nice.
Going good. What about you guys?
It's good. I've got. Let's see. I've got some interesting stuff coming up. I'm actually going to get to go to an NFL football game, which I'm
Nice.
super excited about.
Is it your first one?
It's my first NFL football game.
Boy.
Wait, but who is it though? The resigned sigh.
Why would you do that?
Why crush my hopes and dreams?
No, I am going to see the Green Bay Packers play.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's that.
That's beautiful.
But the team that they're playing against is not one that I'm ever interested in
They
seeing.
are playing an NFL football team.
Yes, it is another NFL football team.
Technically.
They are football players.
They get paid more money than I will ever make in my entire life.
Well, there's that.
So I guess I can't be too disparaging. So, but yes, I'm going to see the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. So I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, if you don't know. And so I'm really excited to go to that game, and that kind of tells you when this is. This might air after I've actually gone to that game, but who knows?
Packers win. Wait,
maybe.
I'm calling it.
That's probably a safe assumption.
We probably should hope so at this point, considering what we just talked about the Bengals and how we treated them.
Right.
It would be kind of bad.
That would be kind of embarrassing if this airs and we totally maybe we should edit this whole section out.
Just cut it. Just cut it off.
We'll see. We'll record another section where the Bengals
that's
win.
How you summon, guys. That's how you summon Mr. Rossetti. No
Returning
cutting.
guest this week is Mr. Rossetti.
No cutting. I will not see him in my dreams again.
No editing. We're just stuck with what I've said. I have said.
Hey, it seems like you're starting a podcast. No, go away.
Oh man. So yeah, no. I'm gonna go with my dad. And he's never been to an NFL game either. He's been a Green Bay Packers fan for a long time.
Nice.
And
father son NFL.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's my excitement that is either coming up or has already happened,
depending on when this
airs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, should be good stuff. Ryan, anything interesting for you?
Well, like we're saying, depending on when this airs. So Josh and I kind of met and initially became friends, all based on NFL and talking football. So I'm just excited the football season is back.
Football's back.
Yeah.
And this is just proof that you can actually be friends with people who are different than you, because most Sundays I am either wearing an Indianapolis Colts shirt or a Minnesota Vikings shirt. So yes, I can sit right next to a Packers fan and be a Vikings fan, and we can make what I think is a pretty good podcast together.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And as long as, there are no Bears involved, it's all good.
It's a win.
That's all good.
Yeah.
And to any Cincinnati Bengals fans or Chicago Bears fans out there, 1, I'm sorry, and 2, find a better football team. Just okay. I'll stop. I'm gonna alienate our audience. Maybe.
At least they play next to the Reds. That's counting for something, right?
Maybe not. No.
That also depends on when this airs, because right now they're, I want to say either just barely in the playoffs or a half game out of the playoffs.
So maybe the Reds are in the playoffs.
When you're listening to this, they might have just missed or failed miserably or made the playoffs. So
yeah, exciting stuff though. Football is good. And
I'm very excited for you, Josh, because I grew up. My dad had season tickets to the Indianapolis Colts my whole childhood. I got to see more NFL games than I could count, and 99% of them were with Peyton Manning, so I'm quite spoiled in that regard. So I'm excited for your first NFL game.
Yeah. So we have totally cut Matt out of the conversation because Matt doesn't.
I like sports. I like sports ball. I'm from Tennessee, so I'm all about your Peyton Manning. So
there you go.
I know about it. I saw him play as
full
many
circle.
games as UT, but not as not in NFL. NCAA maybe.
There you go.
NCAA.
SEC.
Yeah.
And the NCAA.
I don't know.
NCAA is the
I don't
governing
know.
body.
I was a baseball kid. I don't know anything about football. I knew I liked Emmitt Smith and I liked Dallas Cowboys. That's about as much as I remember.
There you go.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I knew the Cowboys.
Yeah, the 90s Cowboys.
I know
that
90s.
was
My brother was always the San Francisco, so we always butted heads.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
So was he my brother did this all the time growing up. Was he a 49ers fan just to be...
Pretty much.
This is what my brother did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just...
No, because we always had to be... We were always rivals, so exactly,
of course. Yeah.
No, he was all about 49ers, and his whole room was decked out in 49ers, and mine was in Cowboys.
Yeah.
Bedspread, everything. All the cards we had. Yeah. Interesting how that plays out.
Yeah. Very... The sibling rivalry is strong.
It's real.
Same with comics. I'm X-Man, he's Batman, right? Like Marvel, DC. It's weird how that worked out.
Yeah. Marvel is better, right? I mean,
objectively.
I like them all.
Yeah, sure, but
all good.
Marvel's relatable.
Yes.
DC's like, I can't relate to this billionaire who, none of this makes sense.
I mean, of the DC universe, Batman is obviously the best,
of course.
But
of course.
Marvel just in general has better stuff. So
they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah. And DC is like we kind of talked about last time, how you're just trying to play catch up with stuff, and DC is DC is late to the party, and it's just trying to play catch up with Marvel.
But now their TV series,
yes,
yeah, Marvel kind of flopped on that,
yes.
But DC did a good job.
Yep.
Yeah. And vice versa.
If they would just stick with the TV stuff, they'd be fine. Anyway. So that's a venture into nerddom, which is another thing that we
just went all in.
Yeah, that we kind of talk about.
You guys like comics?
A little bit.
I'm a big fan of comics.
Yeah. So we've got some games to discuss today. Some reviews. We're getting back into our what has been our regular format of game review, and so I guess I'll go first this time. I wanted to talk about a game that I just recently discovered, kind of randomly. I got a gift card for my Switch for my birthday. So I was looking through games to buy, and I saw one that was on sale for $2.
Which automatically makes it
so
a good game.
I was like, $2. I'll try. It looks interesting enough. I'll try it out, and it's called Thief Simulator.
Thief Simulator.
Is that the joke? Like you paid $2 and they stole it from you? Thief! I want my $2 back.
So, in the game, as you would suspect, you are in fact a thief, and go figure.
Never saw that coming.
Interesting.
And you break into people's houses, and you try to like steal stuff, and you have to go sell it. And it's a really interesting game. I have played it a good bit at this point. It's, as far as I know, like there's not really a story. You're working for this organized crime group, kind of, because you owe them money. And so you have a contact that will call you on your cell phone and kind of give you missions and stuff like that. And you can, go complete missions and get more money and buy more gear. But it's a lot of fun. Like you break into houses, so you have to like pick locks and things like that, and get new equipment to get into houses different ways. And if you can like you stake out houses and stuff like that, so you watch the families and kind of track them, and so you unlock their patterns and habits.
You know what I want to play? I also want to create a game that works with that game, but you're Kevin from Home Alone.
Oh,
and you're stopping the thief from breaking into your house by setting up clever traps that won't kill you, but man, they'll.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think they talked about like someone did like a damage report on what like what those thieves would like have undergone. Like they would almost certainly they would definitely be dead,
succumb to their injury, or have brain damage the rest of their life.
Having that that part where the iron falls on his head like that, that alone is like 100% like
Kevin.
Death.
He's got a manslaughter charge at 12.
But they were breaking into my house.
Not in today's world. That's not how it works. Sorry, Kevin. I'm going away for a long time.
But I'm only 9.
Sorry. I digress again. But what a cool idea for a game.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
Hint, indie developers.
Yeah, any developers watching that, get on that. So yeah, but you stake out the houses and figure out people like when people will be home, or when you can get in, and you have to. One thing that I just kind of learned was how to crack safes. So like if people have safes, you can crack their safes, and so yeah, it's just a really fun game. Like I said, no real story involved, so there's not a lot of that involved, but there is an element of obviously thievery. So take that for what you will. My daughter saw me playing it at one point, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
this is awkward.
And so I was like, well, so she's like, "Oh, you're a bad guy." The cops, because I was in the middle of like getting tased by the cops or something like that.
And you have to lose. Look, honey, this is what happens when you steal. Game over.
She was like, "Oh, you're the bad guy," and I was like, yes, sometimes it's fun to pretend to be the bad guy. And
honey, their safe was damaged, and I'm taking it back to my workshop to fix it, so I can bring it back.
Yeah, so there's that, little bit involved, where it's kind of like that, and but overall, there's no. It's not graphic. It's not, it's not graphics intense. So it's kind of an indie game, but it is a lot of fun. As far as I've played it, and it's one of those games that you can really just pick up anytime and just drive around and try to break in, just see if you can break into someone's house, and if you get caught, you can just go back to your last checkpoint, no harm, no foul. So yeah, that's kind of my review on Thief Simulator, and just kind of the good time that you can have with that. So overall, I would say I would recommend it because 1, it's cheap. 2, you can play it. Good. You can play it whenever however long, however short you have.
Time investment.
Not really any time investment at all. Like 10 minutes, and you can have fun with it. And 3, mostly family friendly. Like not Again, there is that element of you're playing a bad guy, and you might have to explain that, but beyond that, it's relatively harmless. So yeah, if you've got it was on sale for like $2. I think I looked it up. I think it's like $10 regularly. So,
still not bad.
Yeah, not a bad price for a game that you can really play whenever the fancy strikes you.
Yeah.
So do you give it like 4 out of 5 paint cans?
Yes, 4 out of 5 paint cans.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Just over the banister. Or Home Alone 2, where he drops
the first one, and
right, where he drops the giant iron bar on them and knocks them down.
Oh, the worst one's got to be the hand on the burning.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I love that movie though. I love the Home Alone movies. So, Ryan, what game have you got for us?
Well, Josh, while you were thieving and stealing people's stuff, I was out committing a hard day's work on the farm because I played Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
It sounds calm and peaceful.
It is really calm and peaceful. It's kind of one of those games you can just sort of zone out and play. So if you're not familiar with Stardew Valley, it's mostly a farming game. Think Harvest Moon. I'd say it's like 80% Harvest Moon, 20% Minecraft, because there's a little bit of crafting and a little bit of dungeon delving, if you will. But it's mostly a farming game. Your character goes and inherits a farm in a little town called, you guessed it, Stardew Valley. It's, like I was saying, it's a game you can play just sort of zoning out. There's, a little bit of story, and there's characters that you can have friendship with and develop a relationship. So there's a little bit of story, but it's not real intense on this. I wouldn't say if you miss something, it's not like, oh, well, can't play this game. Or not really any violence. There's a few, like, ghosts and bats in the caves, but my 7-year-old son loves it. Something that's interesting about it, though, is for a farming game, for a game that's pretty basic, it can take up to 50 or 60 hours to sort of play through the whole game. So it can take quite a bit of time, which sort of, I wasn't expecting that, I guess.
Sure. So there is kind of a more element of a story. It's not just farming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is an element to a story, like the mayor of the town asks you for help and gives you quests to do for him.
Gotcha.
Your character can he develops friendships with the people in the town, and they can then give you quests as well. Your character can get married, so you have to sort of do stuff to unlock that. So there are elements of a story there.
Gotcha.
And then as the seasons change, there's always the fall festival, the summer festival, stuff like that. So there is some elements of a story there. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting. So a resource that we've mentioned before, howlongtobeat.com. It's a great website that will tell you how long, they'll tell you the minimum, the average, and the completionist, I think is what they call it. So I went on there and I looked, and it said 60 hours, and I just wasn't expecting to see that.
Wow.
It's a farming game.
Oh yeah, it's long.
But it is a long game, and actually probably about 6 or 7 months ago, they released some free DLC, which I haven't played yet. So they have been releasing more content for it. It's a really fun game. I will say that I got to a point around year 2, towards the end of year 2 in the game. My character had so much money that there was no challenge anymore. I could just buy whatever I wanted. I didn't even have to craft or gather. I could just buy whatever I needed. So it does have this point where it goes from you're sort of grinding, and then you just fall off. And it's, okay, I don't have to
I'm
work.
a millionaire.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm a millionaire now. I don't have to work anymore.
I'm coasting now.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a humorous thing. Once I got to that point, I was making a ton of money by growing fruit and then turning it into wine on my farm. And once I became really wealthy off of that, I just got rid of everything else, and just this huge, massive farm was doing nothing but producing wine. So I became the local winery, I guess. But it kind of became really boring because I would just get up, check the casks. Nope, there's no wine today, and then there was nothing else for me to do. So
just like in real life.
So yeah, just like in real life, you're so wealthy that you don't have to do anything today.
I'm
this
out of
wine
wine.
Is so boring.
I'm out of wine. I don't I'm gonna go back to bed. Well, get up the next day, see if there's more. See if there's any
on my bag of money.
Just keep checking tomorrow.
Oh, more money. How droll.
So, we often talk about like the what do you call? Can you play it in short chunks? Yeah. And this one you can. So on the game, each night when you go to bed, it saves the game. That's when the game saves. And I would say a day takes about 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you can play like one day in the game. So, we often say, hey, if you only have 30 minutes at night after the kids go to bed, you could do that with this game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's an enjoyable game. I play it when I'm looking for something where I can just sort of zone out, don't need to pay close attention. I know what I'm trying to do, but I don't have to focus real heavy on story or anything like that. I don't know what the current price is, so I can't say, what, like, cost value.
It goes on sale sometimes. I think it's around 14.
I want to say I bought it for 20, so I don't think it would be much more than that. But, yeah. Interestingly enough, I got it for free on the PlayStation.
Nice.
Oh.
And
nice.
Paid for it on the Nintendo Switch. So,
and if you don't know, you can also get it on mobile because I have it on mobile.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
I think it's the full game too. So yeah.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings up an interesting topic of conversation for another time.
Oh.
But like, are mobile gamers?
Oh.
Like that's I don't know. I don't know my answer to that. Like. But like, if all you do is play like mobile games, like,
it's still a game.
Yeah,
it's a game.
Matt doesn't think there's any conundrum there.
No conundrum. It's a game.
But
I'm a gamer who plays mobile games.
I may have had a different answer before the Nintendo Switch, but now with the Nintendo Switch, is it really any different? Because you can take that with you wherever you go.
That's true too.
It's a mobile game.
So it's mobile gaming.
Yeah. Stardew Valley currently on Steam. As of this recording, $14.99.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'd say worth it.
Yeah.
Easily worth it.
So, yeah.
Fun game. You can play it, zone out. You can become the next wealthy winery owner easily. So I enjoy it.
Okay.
Fun game. I would recommend.
Recommended. Awesome.
For a dead tired dad or mom.
So that does it for our reviews. Matt, do you have something fun and interesting to say?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't prepare a review.
Well,
I've been spending all my time trying to get out of your house.
He's been trying to escape your house. You didn't have
Josh's
time
house, though, I would probably 4 and a 5. It's really nice, very spacious, a lot of rooms.
You're making it sound like I live in like Chatel.
It's weird. I stumbled into like this winery out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from, but
yes, I live in a very large mansion. This is a studio that we're in, by the way.
Studio.
Again,
yeah, how did you
located at 20?
How did you get trapped in Josh's house when last week we were at our extremely professional studio where we record these?
Portals. I think it was portals. Another throwback. Let's just keep doing it. Every week.
Okay. Oh man, Matt. Like I said last time, it's great to have you here. I love having you on the show. I love having you around.
Highlight of my week. I've had fun.
Yeah, it's good. So
this week he might even let you leave.
Yeah, we'll see.
Will Matt escape? Find out next time
on Dead Tired Dads. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. We appreciate everything. And if you have any questions, you can call Matt. We'll catch you guys on the next video.
Whoa.
What?
Is that an announcement that we need to prepare for?
Oops. Next episode. Bye.
Send food.
That is good quality content.